Hello ratbags, it's Jade. Welcome to a grounded video. Today we're going to be going over the latest patch notes. There's been another hotfix, it fixes a bunch of stuff. And then we're also going to talk about what I'm wearing. Believe it or not, this isn't the marksman's hat. This is actually a wizard's hat, Harry. No, I'm not joking. Could there be magic coming to Grounded? We're going to investigate that and talk about maybe what I think is going to happen with updates at the end of this month. So make sure you like it, make sure you subscribe for the best and survival games content. Let's go. Grounded update news and a bit more. So HOTFIX went live last night. They're calling it patch 0.3.3. This will be the third hotfix they've had since the major update at the end of September. Now it's pretty small, but it's pretty vital. I know there's been a lot more stability issues with Grounded this month. It did seem to take them quite a while to kind of fix what went wrong with September's update, where lots of things, if you tried recycling them, it broke the game, other players couldn't get into their games. And then they had another hotfix just after that very quickly, and now this is the third one. So fixed random client crashes when picking up on items, fixed crash with destroying plank pellet or stem pellet building, and a fixed crashes dealing with cloud saves syncing on the main menu. The fixed issues with the saves not properly uploading or downloading from the Xbox cloud, causing corrupted or missing game saves. So hopefully you haven't gone around deleting all your saves to see if you could fix something, and you should be able to join back in your world if you had any problems. As I said, it's a pretty small one, and I wouldn't almost even do a video about it. I'd probably save it for my survival show, which comes out on Fridays. But I did want to talk about some of the other stuff. So you guys know I took a look at some of the stats lately, and I showed you guys a video where we talked and looked at what or how many kills you need with the axe and the hammer to get the various different tiered perks, and I went through pretty much all of them. Amongst all this data though, there is other info as well, and it revealed that there is a brand new hat coming into the game. And it's called the Head Crow Wizard. Well, it's going to be a part of that same tree. So it's looking likely you're going to have to make it using crow feathers. And at the moment, it's got the same stats as the arch one. So it hasn't been implemented properly just yet. And it's obviously going to have its own different stats. And I'm guessing it's going to have its own abilities. So that's why I am wearing this hat today. I just thought I'd show you guys. Obviously, it's going to change. It's literally at the moment just a placeholder. But in the future, we could have something that looks very much more like a wizard's hat. I'm guessing it's going to be something quite triangular and black, or maybe it will be this type of shape, but maybe it will just look a bit different with colours. But this really is an archer's hat, not necessarily a wizard's hat. So does this mean that magic is coming to Grounded? Probably not. As I said, there's no relevant information at the moment about what the actual wizard's hat is going to do, but we can spawn it in. That's the command for it, and it does work. But as I said, it only spawns in what we've already got, which is the archer's hat. That's it there. Let's go and actually take a look at it. And see, it's the marksman's cap. I keep calling it the archer's hat, but you know what I'm talking about. So yeah. Now they've done this before. There's been lots of items that have had the same names of other items, and it's been placeholders, but they've actually had different abilities. They did this with the Torch Plus, I do believe, occasionally when you first spawned that in before they implemented it. But yeah, as of right now, it is just the marksman's hat. So it is going to come. Maybe not this update, maybe a future update. I'm not too sure. But it does look like they're going to be adding something. Now, what could a wizard's hat actually do? What type of abilities? And I don't really think they're going to suddenly start throwing magic balls everywhere. One thing I thought maybe the wizard's hat would have something to do with could be the smoothie station. Maybe it'll give you more resources when you're wearing it. Or maybe you'll be able to craft more potions or more smoothies when you're wearing it. Maybe they're going to introduce a different type of weapon into the game. Who knows? Maybe we could have staffs in the future, and maybe it will give you extra damage or blunt damage. But that doesn't really sit too much well with the wizard sort of atmosphere. The only other one I was thinking was because you have to use a crow feather to actually make it. Maybe it's something to do with floating. We already know we've got the B armor set. That's going to be coming in. That's going to give you reduced full damage. We've already got the perk that also gives you that. Brand new Daredevil perk, which you can buy once you get the chip from inside the jungle temple. Maybe it'll do something like that, a variation, or give you the ability to float like you would as if you was holding a dandelion tuft. You guys will know that as soon as I get any confirmation about that, I will be the first person to do a video and show you guys exactly what is happening. But yeah, they're just some ideas and thoughts about what it could possibly be. The other thing that's pretty interesting is that underneath the perks, there does seem to be something else to do with aphids. It looks like there's going to be a perk associated with aphids in the future too. Now these are actually in the game files. This is just a table that I've got from the Grounded Modding Discord. But I've had a little look myself, and yeah, there definitely is going to be some sort of perk to do with aphids. So I'm guessing it's going to be the same sort of thing. kill maybe 50 of them, and maybe it will give you a bonus that you can heal yourself, maybe over time. If you go all the way deep into the actual files, and you'll find it under the kills list. So we've already got the ants, so we know we get the ant perk for that, and you can see here's the aphid ones. That so far is the only new perks that I can find. The rest are all just the ones that we've seen already. Although if you actually go and look on the wiki site, it lists 3 perks that I've never really heard anyone talk about, or at least 2 of them anyway. I think one of them they just haven't updated. If you scroll all the way down, you can see the image for the aphid one, and it looks to be that it's making something strong while one part of the aphid is weak. And then you've got 3 other perks. Again, another sort of ant one, an eyeball, and then we've got some sort of glutinous glob that says something to do with Wendell. I've looked through some of these files as well to see if there's anything else. Nothing really more than we already know. There are some maybe interesting bits and bobs hiding away in some of these data tables. If you go through here on the unlocks, things like embiggen fossil, which is going to be a key item, so it's part of the story in the future. Something to do raisin hedge and raisin haze. So is this going to be a box of raisins that we find, or we need a raisin for something? Again, it's a key item, part of the story. A mysterious note and backpack. Is that the one that we just find inside the ant cave? Probably not, because it is a key item again. Then you've got things like scanners break slit, help wanted advert, survival guide. The survival guide seems to spawn all these, or gives you the recipe for all of this stuff. So again, some of this might change. We might never see some of this. It might be something we're just testing on. Obviously, you guys will know all about the water stuff that I first originally leaked months ago. And I guess that's the big one. Are we going to see that in this update coming up? Well, I've got a sneaky suspicion we might not actually have an update this October. I hope I'm really wrong. Obviously, it's Tuesday by the time you're seeing this video. Now, I do believe last time they had the public test server where they try some of this stuff out, it was up for like a week before the main content drop, maybe even a bit longer. They normally update the game on a Wednesday. If you remember and take a look, they actually had it up running on 22nd, the public test server, and then it was the 30th that it came out. So that was the last Wednesday before the end of the month. Going by that premise, then they're pretty much going to be releasing this October's update by the 28th. So it doesn't really give them a load of time to actually have the test server up. So if we don't see the test server arrive by the end of maybe this week, I've got a feeling they're going to delay it. I don't know why. I hope not. They've said they're going to commit to updating once a month. But as we've seen with some of the stuff that's gone on this month, maybe it would be better just to make sure the game's a bit more stable, or make sure that the public test server is doing its job a little bit more. Has to be said, the majority of the issues though were being faced by Xbox players. Now, Grounded Obsidian's team have pretty much said they're going to operate a new testing server for Xbox as well, and that will be coming in the future, but it might still be a little bit too soon for now. So yeah, that's what I'm predicting. If we don't see any news about the public test server opening up this week, I've got a feeling they're going to delay the update. I don't think it will be months or weeks, but if they do, I've got a feeling we won't maybe see it until the beginning of November. And that'll also mean that they'll have plenty of time to players to celebrate kind of Halloween. Now I say that in a loose word. Obviously there's not been that many Halloween things, but obviously we have got the pumpkin head and there are various bits of candy corn floating around. It'd be a bit strange to take that off 2 days before actual Halloween finished. But again, you never know. They might just feel like they've done the Halloween celebrations, that's it. But I've got a feeling we're not going to see an update until the beginning of November. And the question is it going to be the water update? Again, I don't think it is. I don't want to be a negative Nelly, but I just feel like that water content, we know it's going to be huge. It's going to be filled with all sorts of stuff. There's a brand new laboratory, lots of new creatures, lots of new resources. Unless they do it gradually, I just can't see them doing it this month either. I think it will be a good time to actually do it. It will probably be the end of November or even the beginning of December. I know that seems like a long time away, but this water content really will be a big added feature. It's not like the laboratory in the hedge, which was kind of mostly done. They tweaked a few things, they changed a few things, but the majority of the lab work was there. They just simply moved things around and added some more story content. Whereas with the water laboratory, we know they were testing it, but that was clearly just a test dev world, and lots of things weren't working correctly. Lots of the skins for the creatures weren't on properly, and you couldn't harvest or gather a lot of the resources. So that's my theory, folks. I don't think we're going to get the water update this month either, and I've got a feeling we're going to see the update delayed. I hope I'm wrong, and if I am, I'll be glad to be wrong. That means I can show you some of the test server content this week, although I'm really hoping it does come out by Wednesday, as I'm going to be off celebrating my kids' birthdays on Thursday, Friday and Saturday this week. So do me a solid, Obsidian, make sure this test live server, if it is coming out, comes out by Wednesday. I have taken a little bit of a break from Grounded. You guys know I covered the update when it came out. I gave you the important info. We went through the hedge. I showed you the perks. And I've got some ideas about more content. But we have got a busy period coming up. Loads of next gen new games coming out. And of course, 2 brand new consoles. So we'll be pretty busy around the middle of November. Until then though, I'm still going to dedicate as much time to Grounded. And of course, I will be covering the updates every time they come out. So I'll see you right back with some more Grounded news very soon. Bye bye.